Good morning. So today we discuss some questions in mathematical induction. The first session in mathematical induction. Okay, so what is mathematical induction? I would roughly like to tell you. When we have to solve problems like uh, prove that 1 plus 2 plus 3 till n terms, n is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. We solve it by the process of mathematical induction. We verify it by the process of mathematical induction. So there is a procedure in this mathematical induction. So first procedure is that the result is true for n equals 1. The result is true for n equals 1. Second procedure, assume the result for n equals m. Assume the result for n equals m. The third procedure, prove the result using that result what you assumed for n equals m and all datas what you have there. Prove the result for n equals m plus 1. So if the result is true for n equals m, then it is true for n equals m plus 1. That is, if p of n is true, implies p of n plus 1 is true. So it goes on. If p of 1 is true, p of 2 is true. P of 2 is true, p of 3 is true. P of 3 is true, p of 4 is true. So true for all numbers, natural numbers, I can say positive natural numbers. So this procedure is called as mathematical induction in a very simple way. I have told you. There are many other concepts in that. Now once again I would like to tell you that I am only explaining the problems. I am solving important problems. Wherever possible I will explain, but I have not touched the basics of any topics in my video sessions. It is assumed that you have studied all this in your class, you have gone for professional courses regarding entrance exams. When there is 10 days for the exam or 5 days for the exam, you can go through these classes or these questions, solve it. You might have already solved it. It is certainly going to help you. So much I can say. I hope you understand. And still, if there is any doubt from your side, please contact me. I am ready to answer it. Okay, for each n belongs to n, 3 power 2n minus 1 is divisible by 8. Okay, is divisible by 8, 16, 32, none of this. For each n belongs to n, 3 power 2n minus 1 is divisible by 8, 16, 32, none of this. Okay. Now for n equals 1, what we get? For n equals 1, that is 3 squared minus 1. That is 9 minus 1 is 8. And 8, this 8 is divisible by 8. Okay, this first, it might be divisible by 2 also, but this 8 is divisible by 8. Starts with 8, divisible by 8. So either it should be 8 or a factor of 8 or a multiple of 8, like that, divisible by 8, which is the option A, which is the option A. Okay. Okay. Now we go to question 2. Now here, for each n belongs to n, 2 power 3n minus 1 is divisible by A7, B8, C16, D32. Okay. For each n belongs to n, 2 power 3n minus 1 is divisible by A7, B8, C16, D32. So now what happens here is, the question is, see, 2 power 3n minus 1 is 2 power 3 power n minus 1. So it is 8. 8 is 1 plus 7 power n minus 1. I hope it is clear. Now what we do here, see, this is, we have used binomial theorem, x plus a power n. So x power n, that is 1 power n, 1 power anything is 1, nc1, x power 1 power anything is 1, so 7, nc2 7 squared, ncn 7 power n minus 1. That's binomial theorem one. I have taken 2-3 sessions in binomial theorem where I have solved the problem. Okay. Now here 1 and minus 1 get cancels. When you simplify it, 1 and minus 1 get cancels and 7 is common. So I get nc1 plus nc2 into 7 plus ncn into 7 power n minus 1, etc. Totally, whatever it is, here I don't have any, these are all constants, 7 into some multiple. So these are the multiple of 7. Multiple of 7 means I can say clearly that 2 power 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7 for all n belongs to n. So this follows from number theory. So 2 power 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7 for all n belongs to n. So once again I will just explain. I explained one, now I will be a little quicker, that's all. So the question is, for each n belongs to n, 2 power 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7, 8, 16, 32. Okay. 2 power 3n minus 1 can be written as like this. 2 power 3 power n minus 1. 2 power 3 is 8. It can be written as 1 plus 7 power n minus 1. So x plus a power n. So we get like this. That is binomial theorem. I already explained by binomial theorem. You might have studied binomial theorem in the different forms. That is same form, different way of writing. A plus b power n, x plus a power n, like that. So x plus y power n. Same. Suppose I am taking x plus a power n, it will be x power n plus nc1, x power n minus 1a plus nc2, x power n minus 2a squared, goes on till ncn, x power n minus n, that is x power 0, a power n. So this is all the way of writing binomial, different thing. I have discussed 2-3 sessions in binomial theorem. I have solved some nearly 20-30 problems in that. Just go through it. Okay. Next step is this plus 1 and minus 1 get cancelled here. Remaining we can see clearly. I can remove 7 common. So remaining term will be like this. So now very clear I can say by number theory or concept of division algorithm, that 2 power 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7 for all n belongs to n. 2 power 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7 for all n belongs to n. So I hope it is clear. Now we go to question 3. For each n belongs to n, 3 into 5 power 2n plus 1 plus 2 power 3n plus 1 is divisible by a 17, b 18, c 21, d 23. Okay. For we take for n equals 1. Wherever n I will put 1, I will get 3 into 5 power 2n plus 1 plus 2 power 3n plus 1, which is given. If I put n equals 1, 3 into 5 power 3 plus 2 power 4. So 5 power 3 is 125. 3 into 125 plus 16, that is 391, and it is divisible by 17. 391, it is divisible by 17, that is A. Divisible by 17, that is the option A. Once again I take for n equals 1, 3 into 5 power 2n plus 1 plus 2 power 3n plus 1. When n equals 1, we get 3 into 5 power 3 plus 2 power 4. So what we get? 3 into 125 plus 16, that is 391, which is divisible by 17, which is divisible by 17. I hope it is clear. This is divisible by 17. I hope it is clear. Okay? Yes. Now, question number 4. Okay, now question, okay, 1 minute, 1 second, I will go back to that question. 391, okay, 391, how do you know divisible? You should know, so you have to try that. 391 I got. It is a multiple of 17. This is a multiple of 17 actually. So it should be divisible by 17. That's all. It's a simple thing you studied in 7th standard, 8th standard, divisibility and all the rules of divisibility, when divisible by 7, divisible by 9 and all. So question number 4, for each n belongs to n, 4 power n minus 3n minus 1 is divisible by. For each n belongs to n is a natural number. 4 power n minus 3n minus 1 is divisible by. First option 3, second option 8, third option 9, fourth option 27. Okay. For n equals 1, 4 power n minus 3n minus 1 equals 4 power 1, that is 4, minus 3 minus 1, that is 0. For n equals 2, 4 power n minus 3n minus 1 is 16, minus 6 minus 1, that is 9. So this 9, it is a multiple of 9 to 1, 9. So it is clearly divisible by 9. Clearly, also it is divisible by 3, but we take a number which is equal to or greater than, like that. So which is divisible by 9. Divisible by 3, okay, it's also divisible by 9. We write the bigger number, which is divisible by 9. That is option C. Option C. I hope it is clear. I hope this question is also clear. For each n belongs to n, 4 power n minus 3n minus 1 is divisible by first option 3, second option 8, third option 9, fourth option 27. Okay. For n equals 1, 4 power n minus 3n minus 1 equals 4 minus 3 minus 1. So for n equals 2, 4 power n minus 3n minus 1 is 16 minus 6 minus 1. Okay. For n equals 1, we got 0. 0 is divisible by any number. Then we take for n equals 2 to be sure. So we get 9. So this is divisible by 9. So option C. This is a simple method which you have to use in the beginning stage. If not possible in this, then you have to think of some higher method like that. Question number 5. For each n belongs to n, 49 power n plus 16n minus 1 is divisible by A 3, B 19, C 29, D 64. for each n belongs to n, 49 power n plus 16n minus 1 is divisible by A3, B19, C29, D64. Okay, for n equals 1, if we take for n equals 1, 49 power n plus 16n minus 1 will be 49 plus 16 minus 1, which is 64, which is divisible by 64, which is divisible by 64. For n equals 1, 49 power n plus 16n minus 1, 49 plus 16 minus 1 is 64, is divisible by 64, is divisible by 64, because 64 only. Okay, divisible by 64. Hope it's a direct question. Now we go to the question number 6. Question number 6 here. For each n belongs to n, n cubed plus n is divisible by A2, B3, C5, D6. For each n belongs to n, n cubed plus 2n is divisible by n belongs to a natural number starts with 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So for n equals 1, for n equals 1, n cubed plus 2n is 1 cubed is 1. Plus 2 into 1 is 2, so 1 plus 2 is 3, so it is divisible by 3, so the second option. I hope it is clear. Now we go to question number 7. Question number 7, for each n belongs to n, okay, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 is divisible by A6, B7, C8, D15. Okay, now see the question properly. For each n belongs to n, this is divisible by, no doubt you can solve it by the method of what is that, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, like that. But this problem has got a speciality here. This n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1, it is, this is one such method. See, this is the first method where in the 7 problems I have solved. This method I am using for the first time, so I am explaining. This comes from the formula sigma n squared. I told you. There are 3 important formulas which you have to remember in mathematical induction. One is summation of n. Summation of n means that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 till n terms, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. Another is summation of n squared, that is 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared etc. till n squared. It is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Another is summation of n cubed, that is n squared into n plus 1 whole squared divided by 4. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now if you see that summation of n squared formula, this is a part of that. This problem is a part of that. So I can say summation of n squared equals n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Another case, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 equals 6 into summation of n squared. So this is certainly a multiple of 6, so it is divisible by 6. Certainly a multiple of 6, so it is divisible by 6, so it is option A. Option A. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Okay, now question number 8. If x, if is not there, x into x power n minus 1 minus n into a power n minus 1 plus a power n into n minus 1 is divisible by x minus a whole squared for first option n greater than 1, second option n greater than 2, third option all n belongs to n, and fourth option none of this. Okay. X into x power n minus 1 minus n into a power n minus 1 plus a power n into n minus 1 is divisible by x minus a squared for a n greater than 1, b n greater than 2, c all n belongs to n, and d none of these. Okay. X into x power n minus 1 minus n into a power n minus 1 plus a power n minus 1 into n minus 1 is divisible by x minus a squared for n greater than 1, b for n greater than 2, and all n belongs to n, like that, and d none of this. Okay. So how we do that? This is a result which can be proved by mathematical induction. That is, it is a standard result. Okay, what you can do is, see, you can put n value as some value, say n greater than 1. Okay, put 2. If I put 2, this will be x into n greater than 1 for all n belongs to n. So, okay, we take generally first for all n belongs to n. If we take n equals natural number 1, if I take x power 0, 1, a power 0, 1, n belongs to n means natural number. So 1, so 1, so you get 1 minus n. So x into 1 minus n, here a power 0, 1 into n minus 1. Okay, minus n plus n cancel. So totally you get it is divisible by x minus a power 2 like that. So it is divisible for all values. Also, this is a standard result in mathematical induction. So there are some results they are standard. It is a 4 mark, 5 mark problem also which you can prove. But here you can't take so much time. You know that in competitive exams you have to be fast. Some results you have to know. You will know by your practice. You know that. Okay, any doubt you can ask. I'm going to the next question, that is question number 9. For each n belongs to n, a power 2n minus 1 plus b power 2n minus 1 is divisible by a plus b, second option a plus b squared, third option a cube plus b cubed, fourth option none of this. Okay, a power 2n minus 1 plus b power 2n minus 1 can be written as a plus b into a power 2n minus 2, a power 2n minus 3 into b. A goes on say decreasing, b goes on increasing. See, b starts here b power 0, here b power 1. So a goes on decreasing, a 2n minus 4, b squared. Plus last a will go on decreasing, and a power 0 here, that is 1. B is the maximum here present, that is b power 2n minus 2. Okay, this is the very standard results from your lower class also, from your 11th standard or first PUC. That is x power n minus, for example, if I take a cube plus b cube, that is in 9th standard you studied, a cube plus b cube can be written as a plus b into a squared minus ab plus b squared. A cube minus b cube, a cube plus b cube, okay, a cube plus b cube can be written as a plus b into a squared minus ab plus b squared. Just check it. So what you can see in that result, a cube plus b cubed, a plus b, see 1 less a squared minus a squared, a goes on decreasing, ab plus b squared. Like same concept is used here, and use it for many proofs of many formulas, this type of logics. For example, in proving that x power limit n x tends to x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a in calculus, proving we use this logic in one of the cases. Anyway, so here you can see clearly that a power 2n plus 1 plus b power 2n minus 1 is divisible by a plus b for all n belongs to n, because here the right hand side is a multiple of a plus b. Now I go to question number 10. Okay. Now for each n belongs to n, the greatest positive integer which divides n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3 is, always in competitive exams I have been telling you, one thing is calculate. As soon as you see the problem, don't do it in the mind, write and do it. Secondly, use the results as much as possible so that you will be thorough in those results. By using only you can by heart it and come to know more details about it. And next step is read the problem properly. Read the question properly. Most of the hints are there in the question. Okay. For each n belongs to natural number, the greatest positive integer which divides n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3 is a2, b6, c24, d120. For each n belongs to n, the greatest positive integer which divides n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3 is, for each n belongs to n, the greatest positive integer which divides n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3 is a2, b6, d24, d120. Okay, how we do it is greatest positive integer. So you can see here n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus, there is a difference of 1. N plus 1 is added to n. N plus 2, 1 is added to n plus 1. N plus 3, 1 is added to n plus 2. So these are 4 consecutive numbers, integers, 4 consecutive integers. So 4 consecutive integers, there is a standard problem in standard theorem in number theory. 4 consecutive integers is divisible by 4 factorial. 5 consecutive integers is divisible by 5 factorial. In general, n consecutive integers divisible by n factorial. So 4 factorial means 4 into 3, 12, 12 into 2, 24, so 24. So n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus a product of 4 consecutive integers, hence divisible by 4 factorial, that is 24. Okay, the same concept which we used. So I hope you have followed this. Now we go to the next part of that. For each n belongs to n, the greatest positive integer which divides n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3 into n plus r is, for each n belongs to n is a natural number, the greatest positive integer which divides n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3 till n plus r is, first option r, second option r factorial, third option r plus 1 factorial, fourth option n plus r. Okay, so what we get here, we can see here, see n plus 1, next comes n plus 2, so one more, n plus 3, like that it goes to r. So these are nothing but r consecutive integers, the same formula which I used in 10th problem. We use 2 3 times now. Very important. So this is r consecutive integers. Is a product of r consecutive integers, hence divisible by r factorial. Is a product of r consecutive integers, hence divisible by r factorial. So n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3 till n plus r is a product of r consecutive integers, hence divisible by r factorial. Hence divisible by r factorial. So it is option B, divisible by r factorial, hence it is option B. Okay, now question number 12. The inequality n factorial greater than 2 power n minus 1, n belongs to n, is true for all n belongs to n, is true for all n, for no n, all n greater than 1, all n greater than 2. Okay. Question number 12. The inequality n factorial greater than 2 power n minus 1, n belongs natural number, n belongs to n, is true for all n, no n, all n greater than 1, all n greater than 2. Okay. For n equals 1, in this type of problems done like this systematically, because natural number starts with 1, n equals 1, we get 1 factorial greater than 2 power 1 minus 1. So 1 factorial, 2 power 0 is 1, 1 factorial is 1. So 1 greater than 1. It's not possible, it's not true. Okay. By induction, for 1 only it is not true. So this is true for all n greater than n, for n greater than 2. By induction it is true, it starts with 2 for all n greater than 2. If you want, you can check for 2. 2 factorial is 2 and 2 power 2 minus 1 is 2. So what you can say, 2 factorial greater than 2, not for 2, it's greater than 2 also it is not possible. If you take 3, 3 factorial is 6, 3 factorial is 6, 3 power 2 is 3 power 2. Okay, sorry, 2 power, if you take 3 factorial is 6, 2 power 2, 2 power 3 minus 1, so 4, 2 squared is 4, so 6 is greater than 4, true for all n greater than 3. Okay, so for n greater than 2, so option is so it is true for all, for n is true for all n belongs to n, for n greater than 2. Okay, option should be D actually here. Okay, n greater than 1, n greater than 1, it should be actually for n greater than 2, so option should be D here. Just correct it. So because if you take here 2 also, if you take 2, n greater than means 2, then 2 factorial is 2, 2 factorial is 2, 2 is not greater than 2, so its option is D. Very clearly it is D. Okay, so we go to the next question. The inequality 2 power n less than n factorial, n belongs to n, is true for same type of problem, all n greater than 1, all n greater than 2, all n greater than 3, all n greater than 3. So we check it first for n equals 1. Okay, first for n equals 1 we get here, for n equals 1 it will be 2 power 1 less than 1 factorial, that is 2 less than 1, not possible, not true. For n equals 2, if we take 2 squared less than 2 factorial, 4 less than 2, not true. For n equals 3, 2 cubed less than 3 factorial, that is 8 less than 6, not true again. For n equals 4, 2 power 4 less than 4 factor, that is 16 less than 24, it is 16 less than 24. What you can say here, 8 less than 6 is not true, but 16 less than 24 is true, so true. So by induction, 2 power n less than n factorial for all n belongs to n holds good when n is greater than 3, when n is greater than 3, so the fourth option. I hope it is clear to you. Now we go to the next question, same type of question, question number 14. So question number 14 is the inequality n factorial greater than 2 power n minus 1, n is a natural number, is true for all n greater than 1, second option n greater than 2, third option n belongs to n, fourth option no n belongs to n. Okay, for n equals 1 I will get 1 factorial greater than 2 power 0, that is 1 greater than 1, not true. Okay, then for n equals 2 I will get 2 factorial greater than 2, 2 factorial is 2 greater than 2, not true again. For n equals 3 I will get 3 factorial, that is 6 greater than 2 power 3 minus 1, that is 4. So 6 is greater than 4, true. So by induction, n factorial greater than 2 power n minus 1 for all n belongs to n, for all n greater than 2. So it is the option number B. Now 15. The least positive integer n, for which least positive integer, many might be there, among them the least positive integer starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 like that, for which n factorial less than n plus 1 by 2 whole power n holds is the least positive integer n, for which n factorial less than n plus 1 by 2 whole power n holds is A1, B2, C3, D4, which holds the least positive. So for n equals 1, if we take, we get 1 factorial less than 1 plus 1 by 2. That is 1 plus 1 by 2 by 2, 1. So 1 less than 1. This is not true. For n equals 2, if we take 2 factorial less than 2 plus 1 by 2. So 2 less than 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 by 2, that is 9 by 4. 9 by 4 is approximately for 2 times 8 more than 2. So 2 less than some 2.13 something. So it is true. So by mathematical induction, n factorial less than n plus 1 by 2 power n for all n belongs to n, n greater than or equal to 2. So the least value of n is equal to 2. So now we go to the 16th question. Okay, the statement P of n such that we can see here P of n such that P of n is a name for that. Just that P of 1 means for n equals 1, like that. So P of n such that 1 plus x whole power n greater than 1 plus nx, where x greater than minus 1 is true for the statement P of n such that 1 plus x whole power n greater than 1 plus nx, where x greater than minus 1 is true for A, all n belongs to n, all n greater than 1, all n greater than 1, x not equal to 0, D none of these. Okay, for n equals 1, I get 1 plus x greater than 1 plus x. So this is not true. For n equals 2, 1 plus x squared greater than 1 plus 2x is true for 1 plus x squared is greater than 1 plus 2x. Okay, because 1 plus x squared is 1 squared plus x squared plus 2x. So it is certainly greater than 1 plus 2x if x not equal to 0. True. Hence the mathematical induction P of n is true for all n greater than 1 and x not equal to 0. So option C. I hope it is clear. We go for 17th question. The statement P of n such that 1 plus 1 into 1 factorial plus 2 into 2 factorial plus 3 into 3 factorial plus goes on n into n factorial is equal to n plus 1 factorial minus 1 is true for no n, true for all n greater than 1, true for all n belongs to natural number n, none of this. So this is clearly, it is a question of mathematical induction. For example, if it is true by induction, it is a 4-mark problem, 5-mark problem where you have to prove it length for n equals 1, assume for n equals m, prove for n equals m plus 1. But here we can't waste so much time. So by induction, it's a standard result. P of n is true for all n belongs to n. So if you want, you can check. If I take n equals 1, the first term, 1 into 1 factorial. Here n equals 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 factorial. 2 factorial is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. If I take 2 terms, okay, second term. So this is 1, this is 2 into 2 factor, that is 1 plus 2, 1 first term plus second term, that is you get 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So if you put here 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 factorial, that is 6, 6 minus 1, 5 is true. So it holds, by induction it holds for all n belongs to n, so option C. Option C it is. So question number 18 now. Let P of n be the statement, let P of n be the statement n squared plus n is odd. Let P of n be the statement n squared plus n is odd. Once again, let P of n be the statement n squared plus n is odd. So n squared plus n is odd. It is observed that P of n equals P of n plus 1. P of n is true for all n belongs to n. Okay, let P of n be the statement n squared plus n is odd. Understand the question. It is observed that P of n equals P of n plus 1 and P of n is true for all n greater than 1, first option, n greater than 2, third option, n belongs to n, D none of these. Okay, for n equals 1, what we get? N squared plus n equals 1 plus 1, that is 2. For n equals 1, n squared plus n is 1 plus 1, that is 2, which is not odd, which is even, which is not odd. So induction is not possible. So induction is not possible here. Induction is not applicable. It is not odd. So induction is not applicable. So you're not getting a C. According to this, P of n equals P of, for n equals 1 only, n squared plus n is odd, n squared plus n is 2, which is not odd. So induction is not applicable. Okay, so we go to the now 19th problem. I hope it is clear. If P of n equals 2 plus 4 plus 6 till 2n, even, and then n be the natural number, then P of k is equal to k into k plus 1 plus 2. P of k plus 1 is k plus 1 into k, adding 1, k plus 2 plus 2 for all n belongs to n. Thus, P of n equals generally n into n plus 1 plus 2. For all n greater than 1, n greater than 2, for all n, none of these. Okay. For n equals 1, we get, if n equals 1, that is 1, we get 2. But P of 1 is 1 into, P of 1 is 2 here, first term, P of 1 is 2, P of 1 is 2 here. But for n equals 1, P of n is 1 into 1 plus 1 plus 2, that is 2 plus 2, 4. They are not equal. So P of 1 is not true. Therefore, induction is not applicable. So it is the option number D. So now we go to the 20th question. That is the 2 power 3n minus 7n minus 1 is divisible by 64, 36, 49, 8, 25. For n equals 1, if we take this, 2 power 3n minus 7n minus 1, 2 power 3 minus 7 minus 1, that is 0. Okay, for n equals to, okay, is divisible by 0. 0, okay, if it is 0, divisible by all the numbers. Now we have to check very clearly for what. So we go for n equals 2. 2 power 3n minus 1, 2 power 3n minus 7n minus 1 when n equals 2. 2 power 6 minus 14 minus 1, that is 64 minus 50, which is 49. So this is 49, so it is divisible by 49. Okay, 0 means divisible by all the numbers. We can't get the correct answer. So for that we go for 2, we got 49, and 49 number is divisible by 49. So among the 4, so the option is C. So now once again I tell you that solve as many problems as possible. Now the time is up, so I'd like to wind up the session. All the best. Thank you.